So I've had this butter in the pan for 5 minutes now, and I just looked at it. I'm like, what is happening? Well, it would be helpful if I turned on the stove. It's only 6 in the morning, people. Apparently I need coffee. That's better. Good morning, friends. Welcome to Jane Austen July, and also Coz Week 2020. Yay! I actually had my entire TBR set, just assuming that all I would do is Jane Austen July this year. And then Courtney at Cortaginist put out her Coz Week announcement like 2 days after I thought I was done. and I definitely need to participate in that because I love cozy mysteries. And then my friend Sarah and Chloe, and I believe Bree might be part of it. They are romance readers, and they put out a Christmas in July announcement, a readathon announcement. So, and that's an all month thing. So there's lots and lots of things. I have procured my coffee, so hopefully I won't do silly things like not turn on my stove and melt the butter. So what will I be starting to read today, you might ask, 2 minutes into this video? I am going to start my reread of Persuasion by Jane Austen. This is one of the books that I do remember, and I love it, but it's a book that kind of doesn't stick in my mind. If I was asked, just in the middle of the year when it's not Jane Austen July, what Persuasion is about, I'd have to think about it a little bit. So I really, really want to reread slowly the Jane Austen books that I haven't read as much as, say, like Pride and Prejudice and Emma and Sense and Sensibility. I know those three like the back of my hand. Persuasion, Mansfield Park, and Northanger Abbey, not as much. I have to think about what those are about a little bit more when people ask me. So this month is going to be Persuasion themed, and I'm really super excited to get to this. And also, along with that, I found out that my library carries the DVD version of the newest Emma. I am really excited, and it just came in yesterday. Yay! So my night is sorted for tonight, as long as no one interrupts me, which, let's be honest, there have been a lot of interruptions in my evenings lately and in my days. So this will definitely be my nighttime knitting watch today. Also, what I'm going to be reading/listening to today for Coz Week is Pies and Prejudice by Ellery Adams. And Ellery Adams is actually, I think, a new author for me. I believe she has some pen names, which I think I said in my Coz Week TBR that I thought Ellery Adams' pen name was the same as another author, and somebody corrected me. They're like, no, that's not who it is. So obviously I don't know my author pen names as well as I thought. I need to go back and watch Courtney's video on pen names. So, but Pies and Prejudice, I picked this solely off of the fact that it sounds like it is Jane Austen adjacent. But and it's for Courtney's prompt of read a baking cozy, because obviously the main character in this bakes pie. So I was reading up a little bit about this to see that if it was any at all relation to Pride and Prejudice, like a retelling or something. It's really not, at least from what I can tell. It follows a woman named Ella May LaFay, which I think is probably one of the best names in cozy mysteries I've ever heard. And she finds out that her husband has been cheating on her, so she moves back home to Georgia, which probably explains her name. And and she opens up a pie shop because she has apparently discovered that her her delicious pies are also kind of magical. So she opens a pie shop called the Charmed Pie Shop, and then of course, because it is a cozy mystery, a murder ensues. I'm hoping to actually get through that all today. I'm hoping that my workday is quiet and that I can listen to it. I am now full-time back in the office. I've been working full-time, but I've been splitting my time between the office and my home office for the last probably 3 weeks, and they just now kind of told me last minute that I was to start coming in to the office every day. So I'm not real thrilled about that because I feel like I'm a lot more productive when I work at home. But they don't ask my opinion. I'm low on the totem pole, so I want a paycheck, so I do what they tell me to. so so it's like 7 o'clock in the morning right now. So I am just going to finish my coffee and then start some persuasion. I'm real excited about this. So join me, won't you? Bye. Friends, it's update time. It is Wednesday night around 8 o'clock, and I have, as you saw, just been knitting. And I was able to listen to an entire cozy mystery today. I listened to the entirety of Pies and Prejudice by Ellery Adams, and I will say this is most likely an author that I would like to now read everything by her. So, Ellery Adams is a new author for me, so that covers the prompt of a read a baking cozy and a new to me author. And I don't, I'm surprised I've never read Ellery Adams before, but I am like sort of new to the cozy mystery genre. But this cozy, it's the first in a series, and it just it had like a different, more modern, I guess, vibe to it. There was like a little bit of swearing, not a lot, but a little bit. There was a little bit of like more steamy flirtation and like some more suggestive elements to it. But I mean, like nothing over the top. Because most of the time, cozy mysteries are pretty clean. There's usually not much, if at all, any language issues, and there might be a love interest, but it's usually not like too racy. And this one wasn't racy, but there were just a couple of things that I was like, oh, this is different for a cozy. But this one actually also had some magical realist elements to it. There are just some strange things going on when people eat Ellie Mae LaFay's pies at her new bakery that she opens in her hometown of Georgia. And just strange, interesting, not like harmful, but just odd feelings that people get after they eat her pie. And she kind of blows it off as just, coincidence and whatever. But the things keep happening. And she, she's not really focused on it, but she notices it, and other people notice it. She goes to live with her aunts and her mother, she was kind of estranged for many years since she had gotten married, but now that she's getting divorced, she moved back there with her and her aunts. And her aunts and her mother all seem to be very closely connected, and just seem to be a little different than some of the other women that she knows. So yeah, it was just really an interesting little twist on like what could typically be a typical cozy mystery. Like there's a murder, Small town murder, lots of suspects, including the main character is a suspect at one point. Um, and yeah, it was, I don't want to give too much away, but I really, really enjoyed it. Um, it just had a lot of like extra twists and turns. It was really well written, and I would recommend it to anyone really who wants to start in the cozy mystery genre. It was really fantastic. So, that being said, I didn't get too far in Persuasion today, but I might read it a little bit more after I like have a bubble bath and my normal kind of like nightly wind down routine. Um, I might read a little bit more of this tonight, but I might wait till the weekend to really dive into this. But I did want to start it today because it's the first day of Jane Austen July, right? So I am just going to physically read this book because I want it to really sink into my brain. So I just got the first chapter done today, and we're learning about Anne Elliot and her family, mostly her father at this point, and her two older sisters, and I think they were both older, and just their background and how they are, which everyone in her family is vain, except for Anne, who is a lot like her mother, who has died before the book begins. So that is as far as I am in this book right now. So I will have more info on this for hopefully tomorrow, more thoughts. But right now I haven't really even met anyone in this besides Sir Walter Elliot, who is interesting, to say the least. He's very vain, which is a little bit unusual for a man, I feel like, especially in this era. I mean, they were vain, I guess, but this guy's like really into himself. The one funny line that was in this was, and I didn't mark it, so I'm paraphrasing, but he would talk about, I guess he would just be really shocked and appalled when anyone around him got older and like got crow's feet or gray hair, or because obviously he just never aged. He was just so proud of his appearance, and he just couldn't believe how old people were, even people that were exactly the same age as him. So, yeah, he's kind of a humorous character, but in a very frustrating way from what I remember of my first read of this book. Hi, friends. It is now Thursday, and today for Co's Week, I am going to be attempting, hopefully, to listen to Booked by Death by Victoria Gilbert. And I don't have it. It's on my phone there, so I can't I can't look up if that's true, but you'll see it here. But Courtney talked about this one as a new release cozy, and I stupidly, in my TBR video, I was very stressed out that day, and apparently I was looking on Scribd to find some new release cozies that I had heard about, and I didn't find two that people then told me in my comments were actually on Scribd. And as soon as they told me, Tia, mainly, I went and I looked and I was like, oh, you're right, they're there. I don't know why I didn't see that. So for my new release cozy, I'm going to be reading Booked by Death. And this is apparently about like a reading retreat, which sounds fantastic. But then, of course, there's a murder. Not so fantastic. But the cover is beautiful, so I am really excited to get to this one. As you can see, I have not been fully made up yet. It is like 7 o'clock in the morning, and I'm just like kind of being lazy today. So it's technically my Friday because this weekend is the 4th of July, so we get Friday off because the 4th is Saturday. So in my job, we get like whatever the closest weekday is off for holidays like that. So I'll be off on Friday, so hopefully I will get a lot of Persuasion read, since I really didn't read a lot of it yesterday, unfortunately. But yeah, since I will be working today, I can listen to audiobooks, so I can do that hopefully all day if it's not busy. So that's my plan. So I'll check back in later. Also, I didn't get a chance to watch Emma, and I was so excited about it. So day one, while it was awesome for Co's Week, was not so awesome for Jane Austen July. So let's try to rectify that today, shall we? If I don't get to Emma tonight, I will definitely watch it this weekend. So stay tuned. I will give you my thoughts on that at some point. Oh, and in case you were wondering what was going on with my deck, if you happen to see it in my little panorama there, some ants decided to eat my deck boards. So my dad has a project to do because he needs to replace those now. And then, as you can see, this needs to be stained. So that will be our long weekend project, I believe, and probably into next week. Thursday, and I am done with work. And while I was busy at work today, it was very quiet. Like, nobody was really there. Nobody, visited or anything. So it was just me and a couple of other coworkers. So I got a lot of audiobook listening done, despite the fact that my phone basically kept dying. So yeah, that was fun. But so I just finished Booked for Death by Victoria Gilbert, and this is my choice for the prompt of a new release, and it was really good. I liked it a lot. It reminded me of a closed door or locked door, I forget what the term is, mystery by Agatha Christie, where there is a reading retreat kind of thing, like a literary B&B basically, and I think that is the name of the series, Literary B&B. And sorry, there's a bug attacking me. And there is a group that decides that they are going to get together for book clubs and things while they're at this reading retreat. And in the meantime, someone is murdered. And they basically figure that it is one of the people that are at the B&B for that week. So everybody's kind of confined. They weren't really confined to the B&B, but they were confined to the town. They weren't allowed to travel back to their respective cities or whatever. So, but they mostly stayed at the B&B. So, and it was really interesting. The twist at the end was actually pretty surprising. I kind of had somebody else pegged the entire time, and it wasn't. It was kind of somebody that I hadn't really even thought of before. So yeah, it was really good, and I have now 2 books under my belt in 2 days for Co's Week, and I got not a lot. I got some more of. Why do I want to keep saying Pride and Prejudice? I got more of Persuasion done today, but not really a whole lot. So that is why I'm outside reading some Persuasion this evening while it is still nice and not too hot. So that is the update. It is time.
Miss Bates, Mrs. Bates, Miss Gilbert, Mrs. Coates.
Mr. Woodhouse, sir? Miss Woodhouse?
it is update time. It is Friday, and I did not do a whole heck of a lot of reading so far today. I read till about chapter 12 of Persuasion, and I'm really enjoying it this time. I'm finding it really funny. There's a whole scene with the sister Mary and Anne talking, and just the hypochondriac nature of Mary is like hilarious to me. So that is very funny. We have now met Captain Wentworth and gotten the backstory, and we're just trucking along. They're now in Lyme, and they are meeting, I think his name is Mr. Hargrave, who is a friend of Captain Wentworth, who is very happily in love and married. So we're gonna kind of see a theme here, I think, of Mr. Hargrave steering Captain Wentworth back in the direction of Anne. So that is exciting. And also, as you might have seen, I watched the brand new Emma today, and it was so good. It was really good. It kind of made Emma out to be a little bit more vindictive almost than I had originally envisioned her to be, but and a little less like remorseful until like the very, very end of her actions than I had previously seen in adaptations. But overall, I thought the cinematography in itself was beautiful. The acting was wonderful. Mr. Knightley, he's my new favorite Mr. Knightley, I think. He was really nice. And the only thing, there was a little bit of weird nudity just for like a couple seconds at the beginning that I was like, why? So there's no other nudity in the entire thing. It was very random. And I was like, okay, that's weird. So I could have done without that, but whatever. So it was a choice. But yeah, so far it's been a very Jane Austen July-esque day. So I did go to the local brewery that I love to get some food with a friend that is in town for the July 4th weekend. So that was nice to see her and to have some good pizza. And now I am going to go on a little shopping trip with my dad for some lumber for my deck. And then I am probably going to read a cozy mystery. But I will fill you in when I get back because he's waiting for me. So, all right, I'll talk to you later. Bye. Good morning, friends, and happy 4th of July. I am at my parents' place at the moment, and they just redid their porch, so I am christening it with a little reading for the day. I am going to be reading Dahlias and Death today. This doesn't fit any prompt, but it's set on the 4th of July around a fireworks celebration and I guess a fundraiser. So this is the 6th, I believe. Yeah, the 6th in the Port Danby Mystery Series by London Levitt, and I really enjoy this series. They are all just like short little novellas, basically. It's like 180 some pages, and just really quick, fun reads. And I think in this one, Pink, the main character, she has joined a garden club in the town of Port Danby. She owns a flower shop, so obviously she felt like that would be a good thing to do for her business and her reputation in town. So she joins this garden club, and of course there's a lot of drama when a bunch of ladies get together and people don't like each other. And so she is going to get into the middle of some of that drama. And of course, there will be a murder. I'm not sure by who yet or who gets murdered. I'm only about 40 pages in, but all shall be revealed soon. And in this one, we get to meet Pink's parents, who have come to town for their first visit to Port Danby. So that's really fun. It's funny to see Pink and her mom's relationship and kind of the way her mother thinks. Because sometimes I get the impression that it's like this for every mother-daughter team. But yeah, I'm just going to continue reading outside for a bit, and then I have a picnic to go to. So I will talk to you later today, hopefully. All right, bye, friends. Hello, friends. It is now actually Monday when you're seeing this. So I think that I am going to end the vlog here. I had a really busy long weekend and didn't get as much read as I thought I would. So let me tell you, let me just give you a little update real quick. I did start Dahlias and Death by London Lovett on the 4th of July, and I got probably more than halfway through it. I actually have less than 100 pages to go on it. So we have had the murder, and we are experiencing some lover's tension with the main character and the detective, who have been like just flirting for the last 6 books. And it finally looked like it was going to happen, but as some people tend to do, the guy screwed it up. So it looks like we're going to have more tension for a while. But I'm going to continue reading this, and you will see my overall thoughts in the next vlog, because I'm going to basically start my next vlog right after I'm done filming this. And let's see what else. And I have gotten about, I'd say, a third of the way through of Persuasion. Probably a little bit more, actually. And it's just a really lovely reread. I really think that this is going to be a favorite after all in the Jane Austen canon. And, but I mean, really, they're all great. So, I mean, it is hard to rank favorite Jane Austen novels, but one of these years I might have to make a video where I rank them. We'll see. I might not want that pressure. But I will have this probably done in the next vlog as well. So that's all for the time being for the first week. And I will catch you up in the next week. We still have, well, this is Monday, so it's the 6th. So we have until tomorrow for Co's Week. And then it is just all Jane Austen and maybe some Christmas in July romance or cozy mystery reads for the rest of the month. So, oh, and I do have a couple, because there's going to be at least one cozy mystery that I'm not going to probably get in this week. So, but I still want to read it. So I think we will probably extend our cozy mystery reading on to the rest of the month. Of course, I'm not mad about that. So, anyway, that is all I have for you for this week. So join me in the next vlog. I'll talk to you later, friends. Bye.